It was my final semester of college, and I knew I needed help. My OCD was getting really out of hand, and I knew I had to do something, but therapy and SSRIs really weren't an option for me. So I decided I was going to try mushrooms. The studies I'd read were really impressive. Some people said that their OCD went into remission, or their symptoms were just gone for months at a time. Either way, sounded like it. So I took some Ativan beforehand because sometimes my heart rate, if it gets too high, I could have a panic attack, and mushrooms do elevate the heart rate, so I have to watch that a little bit. Anyway, so I started to get a little buzzy and cozy and really giggly, and my emotions felt really pure and simple. Like, when I felt joy, it was like pure joy. I don't know, it was really cool. So I started to come down, and I was a little bummed out because I thought, oh no, my OCD is still here, it didn't work, I don't feel any different. But it was like a gradual shift in perspective for me. And so, I mean, besides the perspective change, I noticed that I just wasn't compulsing. Like, the desire to compulse was just kind of gone. And that was weird. I don't know, but it was great. It was just, I was not used to that. So, I would say it wasn't totally gone, but significantly reduced. And that lasted for maybe 6 months, and it started to come back again a little bit. So I decided I was going to, do mushrooms again. But I was way more confident this time because a lot of my fears relate to rest. Because I was afraid of becoming a new person, or the little spark that made me that OCD was responsible for would be gone, or, bad trip or whatever, something. I wasn't too scared of it, so I didn't take my Ativan. A dumb idea, actually, because I did have a bad trip this time. But also because I was a little nervous of having a stomach ache as well, so I don't know. It was just a weird headspace I was in, and it wasn't quite conducive to having a good trip. So it lasted maybe 20 minutes, and then it was cool. My husband just put on Friends for me, and the show, and then just give me a hug, and I was okay. And I was actually glad I had a bad trip because it really showed me that it wasn't the waking nightmare I anticipated. It was just uncomfortable, but it was totally manageable. Mushrooms, I mean, they're really gentle. It's not like mescaline or LSD or something, whereas Aldous Huxley would say if you are prone to panic, then you probably shouldn't be having mescaline. So they're gentle, but they can still be intense, especially if you have a high enough dose. So to sum it up, I would say mushrooms have been a life-changing experience for me. They are not what I would call a cure, but a good way to manage OCD at times when I feel I need it. And if you do decide to do it, just be careful and do your research. Make sure that it doesn't interact with any medications you're taking or any herbs you're taking. If you haven't tried it before, try it with a buddy. Make sure you eat first, have some water available, and make sure it's a place where you feel comfortable and safe. And make sure you're just ready to do it, and then it should be okay. Stay strong.